John never worried about money. Born into a life of privilege, he lived in a mansion with more rooms than he could count. His family took luxurious vacations. Expensive cars were his toys. John believed money grew on trees. Private schools and tutors filled his days, but none taught financial literacy. John learned about history, science, and art, but knew nothing about managing money. He received a generous allowance, enough to make grown men envious. John spent it freely on whatever caught his eye. Life was an endless party, or so it seemed. He didn't realize the value of hard work. He didn't understand the effort his family put in to build their wealth. John lived in a bubble, unaware of the real world outside, a world where money was earned, not given. John's friends were a reflection of himself. They too came from affluent backgrounds. They were his companions in a world of extravagant spending. They dined in the finest restaurants. They shopped at designer boutiques. The word budget was not in their vocabulary. John's friends constantly sought new ways to spend money. They organized lavish parties on yachts. They planned trips to gamble in Monte Carlo. They believed money was for spending, not saving. It was a dangerous game. It was a game John was losing. Their influence on John was strong. He struggled to keep up with their spending habits. He started using his credit cards more frequently. He dipped into his savings, believing his family would always be there to bail him out. But the hole he was digging was getting deeper. The news came like a bolt from the blue. His father's business had failed. The family fortune, built over generations, was gone. The mansion, the cars, the lavish lifestyle, all gone. John's world came crashing down. He was forced to leave his luxurious life behind and move into a small apartment. His friends, once eager to share in his wealth, disappeared. He was alone. The weight of his financial ignorance hit him hard. John had to find a job, something he had never considered before. He had no skills, no experience, and no idea how to navigate the real world. He was lost and desperate. He had hit rock bottom. The world he knew, the world of endless wealth, was nothing but a distant memory. John swallowed his pride and started looking for work. He found a job as a waiter in a diner, a far cry from the luxurious life he once knew. It was humbling. It was eye-opening. He saw how hard people worked for their money. He learned the value of $1. He started budgeting his meager income. He learned to cook simple meals instead of dining at fancy restaurants. One evening, an older customer struck up a conversation with John. He was a businessman, self-made and successful. He saw potential in John's newfound humility. He offered John some advice. Financial literacy is not about how much money you have, but how you manage it. He gave John a copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a book that would change his outlook forever. John devoured the book, reading it cover to cover in one night. It was a revelation. It taught him the importance of financial education, of investing, of building wealth, not just spending it. He started attending financial literacy seminars. He read books on investing. He learned about budgeting, saving, and investing. He was determined to turn his life around. He was determined to not let his past mistakes define his future. It was a long and arduous journey. John worked hard at the diner, saving every penny he could. He started investing in the stock market, cautiously at first, then with growing confidence. He wasn't making millions, but he was making progress. More importantly, he was finding peace. He had learned a valuable lesson. He had learned that true wealth wasn't measured in money, but in the wisdom to manage it. He had lost his fortune, but found himself.